Hello friends, and welcome to an all new video of Flutter Create. In this video we are going to show you how you can implement Firebase storage inside your Flutter applications. For the purpose of this video, we'll be creating a very simple app that will allow you to upload an image to Firebase storage and then download the same image from Firebase storage right inside your Flutter application. So let's get started. So if you see here, I do not have any customizations. I have just run the Flutter create command inside my terminal, and I have a default Flutter template application ready and running here. So the first thing I'll do is I will remove the contents of the main.dart file. So I'll just remove everything. Now I'll start typing my code. I want to import the material package. Sorry, that took more time than I thought it would. So I will simply create an application. This will extend a stateless widget, and hence I should have an override, that is the build method. Inside the build method, I will create my material app. Inside the material app, I will give this a title of Firebase storage demo. I will have a home page which will go to my home page, and this is a class which we have not created yet. We will create it right now. This will extend a stateful widget because we will need to re-render the screen every now and then once we pick the image or once we make the upload or download requests. Now every stateful widget needs to have a create state method, so we will just create an override for the create state method. Inside that we will return the state, and this is the class which I will just create right now, class my home. This will extend the state for my home page class, and I will have to include this necessary override, which is the build method, and here we can begin to create our application. So I will have a scaffold which will have an app bar. I will use the app bar widget for this. It will have a title which will have a text widget, and it will say Firebase demo. This will also have a body which will be a single child scroll view. This is like a scroll view with just a single child, and inside this then we can create columns or rows or whatever we want. So, and all those widgets, all that that nested tree of widgets which we will include as a child inside single child scroll view will have the scrollable functionality. So I will include a column, and it will have children widgets. Let me save it so that it reloads. It should have. Oh, I didn't include the channel. Yeah, now it should work. So that we have a basic scaffold up and running. So the first thing which I want to do is I want to be able to pick images from my system, that is from my phone, and then upload it and download it. So before proceeding with the code, let us first install some necessary dependencies. I will go to my pubsec.yaml file, and under dependencies below the Flutter key I will include the following dependencies. Image picker. This is a Dart Flutter plugin which allows us to access the device's camera and the gallery so that we can pick an image or capture an image from there. And the second plugin which we are going to use is the official Firebase storage plugin, the Firebase storage. And now in Visual Studio Code, as soon as I hit Ctrl S, or as soon as I save it, it will automatically run Flutter packages get for me in the project folder. But if in your IDE this doesn't happen, then you should open a terminal inside your project folder and manually run Flutter packages get. Also, if you see, I have not included the versions here. This is because if I do not include the versions, Flutter will automatically fetch the latest versions for the given plugins. So once this is done, I will now import these two files. Import image picker.dart and import Firebase storage. Now we also need to import another file which is import dart IO package. We need to import this package because this contains the abstract data type file, and that is required to work with this plugin image picker. So with that out of our way, let us just go ahead and create our basic UI for the app. I want to have a raised button with text as its child, and it will say camera on pressed. Let us keep this a blank function as of now. We'll come to that later. Then I want to copy this and create another raised button, but in between them I want to have a gap, so I will have a sized box which has a height of 10. So I should now have, could not load source. Let us restart our application. I don't know about why that's happening. While that is being done, we can change this to gallery. Okay, so I finally figured out what the problem here was. The thing is that when using Firebase storage, and when you run this app on an Android device or a simulator, then it throws this error, which is an Android dependency error, and this can be sorted out by using these lines of code here. I will leave a link to this gist in the description below. So what I'll do is I'll simply copy these lines from here and go to my editor, open the project level build.gradle file for Android, that is inside the Android folder, the build.gradle file. Let me just close this. go down. Yeah, it is the project level build.reader file, and simply paste this code and hit save. Now if I run this again, this should be good to go. There should not be any more errors. Let us wait for it to finish. I had thought of including this step later in this video when we were actually, setting up Firebase for our Flutter project, but since we are running the app right now, this is required right now. We'll just wait for the assemble debug to finish. And as you can see, the app is now running. It doesn't look really nice, and although I'm not really stressing on how this application will look, our primary objective here is to implement the functionality which we want. But still, since it is an app, we might just want to center this actually. So I will wrap it with a new widget, and that will be the center widget. I think it should do the trick. Yeah, so since it is now in the center, I guess it is better. Okay, so now we will create a method for picking images from the camera or from the gallery. This function will be an asynchronous function, and hence it will return a future. So future get image async, and this function will take an argument that will be a boolean argument, and it will be is camera. This will determine whether or not we want the image to be captured from the camera or picked from the gallery. So if is camera is true, then we want to pick the image from, let's just create this file here so that we can use it. Yeah, so if we want to capture the image from the camera, we will await the image picker, and this takes an argument source, and we want to give the source as camera. So this will open the camera, click an image, and return the image file, which we want to store inside a state variable. So we will create an image file state variable, and if it is not from the camera, we want to take it from the gallery. So in that case, image will be image picker dot pick image source image source dot gallery. This will open the phone gallery, and we need to await this because this is an asynchronous process, and this will open the gallery and you can pick an image from there. So the next step will be to set the state and assign this newly received file to our state variable. So now that we have the file, we need to call this function. So inside this, through this, on pressing this raised button, I want to call get image with true, since I want to use the camera here, and here I want to call get image with false, since I want to use the gallery here. Okay, and now this is done. I want to display the image which we have just received, but initially we won't have that image unless someone actually presses these buttons. So I will use a ternary expression here to find out if I have an image. If I do not have an image, I want to display an empty container that is blank space, nothing, because it doesn't take any space. But if we do have an image picked, then I want to display it, and for that I will be using the image widget with the file property. Let us just save as. Okay, so now if I click on camera, since this is the first time that I've clicked on camera, it will ask for my permission. I will click on allow, and these are the permissions which we require for the camera. Since this is a new simulator, these are required. You may not see these screens. Got it. I want to go back to my app again. I will click on camera. Now you can see that the camera is open. I want to click a picture and I will approve this. Once I approve this, you can see that we get an image here. Cool, we get an image, yay! And now I want to set the height of this image because it is occupying way too much space. I want to set the height of this image and the width of this image to 300.0 respectively. I just reformatted the code a bit so that we can read it better. Yeah, much better. So now that we are displaying the image, we know that yes, we have an image that we can work with. I want to upload it. So for upload also, I will have a raised button which has a child upload to storage, and let us just create the onPressed method for now. We will fill this in later. Now in order to use Firebase storage, we need to set up our project and link it with Firebase. So for that to happen, let us first create a new Firebase project on our Firebase console. Alright friends, in order to create a new Firebase project, head over to this website console.firebase.google.com, that is console.firebase.google.com. Log in with your Google account and here click on add project. Just fill in a name. I will name my project Firebase demo, and I want the ID also to be Firebase demo. Okay. I will just fill in the ID. I will accept all the terms and click on create project. This will take some seconds and it will set up your Firebase project for you. Once that is done, we can then begin to add our application. Since I do not have a Mac, I will only set up my Android application. You have to click here to set up Android. Now it asks for our package name. We can find our package name in Android app src main, the Android manifest.xml file. My package name is com.example.firebase demo. I will fill this in Firebase demo, although this is optional. Now we need to generate a debug signing certificate. To do that, hover over this question mark here and click on the see this page. This will give you a command that you need to run. This is the command that you need to run. So I will run this command in my terminal. inside my terminal, I will run this command once it is loaded. Oh, if you get this, if you are on Ubuntu or Mac and you get this error, then all you have to do is remove the export cert argument from here, and when it asks for the key store password, type in Android, and this will generate a SHA1 fingerprint for you. I will simply copy this from here and paste it, then click on register app. Once I click on register app, this will generate a Google services.json file for me. I will download this file, and since this is now downloaded, I will open my folder, take the Google services.json file from here and back to my project folder, and inside Android, inside app, I will paste this Google services.json file. The next step is to add the Firebase SDK to our project. To do this, first we need to go to the project level build.gradle file in Android. I will copy this line of code from here and open the project level build.gradle file. Let me just close this. Android build.gradle, in dependencies, build script dependencies, I want to add the code which I just copied, that is the Google services code. I will hit save. This is done. Then in the app level build.gradle file, under dependencies, I will paste this app build.gradle. Under dependencies, I will paste this, and then also I will apply this plugin in the same file at the bottom of it. So now that this is done, I want to disconnect. I will click on next. Now Firebase is trying to verify installation, but since we have not run this app yet, this will not be successful right now. So I will just skip this step and go to storage. Because we want to use Firebase storage, click on get started. Got it. And this will initialize Firebase storage for us. Once this is done, I want to head over to rules, and by default Firebase storage only allows interacting with the files, that is uploading and downloading the files from Firebase storage, if the user is authenticated. But for the purpose of this app, we are not using authentication, so I will just rewrite these rules. I will remove this from here and start this in development mode, that is it will allow read and write operations even if the user is not authenticated. I will publish these rules, and I would seriously recommend you to read more about this, and do not use this setting when building a production application, because this is very less secure and it can lead to stealing of data, as you will see in the warning which pops up here anytime. Yes, you can see this warning, your security rules are defined as public, so anyone can steal, modify or delete data in your storage bucket. This is because of the modification that we just made to our storage rules. If you implement authentication in your application, then this won't be the case. You won't have to edit the rules, but because for our application we haven't implemented authentication, so we'll just show it this way, and I'll dismiss this. Now I want to close it because I have added Firebase and I want to rebundle my Android application. So let us go back to our editor and our simulator, and I want to start debugging again. This will now also download the Firebase SDK and make it a part of our package so that we can use it. I will pause the video right now and come back when this is finished. The bundling of the Android application has finished, and we can see here that we also see the upload to storage button. Even though we do not have an image file, I don't want it to be this way, so I will also add a condition here that while this is null, I want to display an empty container and not a button to upload. So once I save this, this should go away. Yes, it is gone. And only when I select something, that is if I pick something from the camera, then the upload to storage button will appear. Now that we have set up Firebase correctly, we will be uploading the image. So let us create a new function for upload image. It will be future upload image, will be an asynchronous function. Now in order to upload an image or a file to Firebase storage, we need to have a reference, that is a reference to the file location we are targeting. I will create a reference, and this will be equal to Firebase storage dot instance dot ref dot child, and inside this I want to have a path which says my image dot jpg. The next step is to create a storage upload task. I will name it upload task, and this will be equal to reference dot put file, actually reference dot, this should be put file. Yes, it is storage upload task reference dot put file. If you're wondering, that is the project, that is the source code for a project which I created in Flutter. Reference dot put file, put file, and inside this I want to upload the image file. So this will start the upload process. Then I want to have a snapshot of the process, task snapshot, so that when the upload task is complete, I want to fetch a snapshot. This does work this way. We want to create a storage task snapshot which will await the upload task dot on complete process. Okay, this will be on, this should be on complete. So once this is done, I want to update. I will create a state here which says uploaded. This will be a private variable. I want to set the state here and set uploaded true. And since we will be using this reference to also generate the download URL, let us take this out from here. In fact I want to take out the entire thing, so let's export it from here and use it as a state variable with an underscore, so that Dart knows that this is private. And now this is uploaded. Also I want to fetch the download URL of the image, so in download image, which will also be an async method, I want to get the downloaded image. So to get the downloaded image, I will simply have a, let us also create a string variable here which will store the download URL. I want to get the download address as reference dot get download URL. This should give me the download URL, and then I want to set the state to assign the download address to the download URL. Download address. Now we are uploading an image to Firebase and downloading an image. Let us see how this works. In the upload method, I want to call the upload image. This does not take any arguments, it will simply call the upload image, and once the upload is complete, that is what was the variable name for upload? Yeah, uploaded. So once it is uploaded, this when this is true. Okay, so when this is false, I want to display a container, that is blank space. But in case when this is true, that is after the image upload process is finished, after the upload process is completed, yes, after the upload process is completed, I want to be able to download it. So I will have a button here which will then download the image and set the state of the download URL to a certain image URL, and then if the download URL is equal to null, again I want to display a container which is blank space, but in case it has some value in it, I want to display the downloaded image. And let's just save this. Let us rerun this application. Now that uploaded is okay, so this should initially be false. Any moment now. Sorry. So when we open the camera and take an image, then click on upload to storage, it will start the upload process, and once that upload process is completed, we can go ahead and see if we were actually able to upload an image. Let us just refresh this. If our app works, then we should see an image here. It is still loading. I don't know why this is taking so much time, but it is loading. Yes, as you can see, we have the myimage.jpg file uploaded to Firebase storage, and now we should also have our download URL. So if I click on download image, and this will wait to fetch the download URL, and once that is done, it will download the image from Firebase storage and display it here. So in this tutorial, we were able to capture an image from the device's camera, pick an image from the gallery, display it, upload it to Firebase storage, and then fetch the download URL and download the image and show it inside our application. Hope you enjoyed this video. To get more such exciting content on Firebase and Flutter, subscribe to our channel and stay tuned. Thank you.